Hello there. So, if you know someone who is a teacher, particularly a middle school or high school teacher, could you please forward it to them because I am trying to help all teachers with classroom discipline. So, my name is Danny Weiss. I teach high school math in Waldorf, Maryland, and this is my 29th year as of this recording. Um, in the description of this video, you can also get a link to the copy of my guide to classroom management, which I call All the Answers. You can also get my email address where you can email me questions, or you can text me using my cell phone number provided below. This is part 4, students leaving class. There's going to be a multitude of reasons for students who are going to need to leave your classroom or want to leave your classroom. So there's going to be field trips, picture day, administrators calling them out of class, early dismissal for doctor's appointments, so many more reasons. So when they request to leave class, you've got to make sure you treat each situation appropriately and very carefully. The reason is, if you blindly let every student leave for whatever reason, for as long as they want, students are going to go to the restroom and take all period and not come back, and it's just going to be total chaos. So you have to make sure you handle each situation carefully. On the flip side, if they need to use the restroom, or they're having an issue and they need to go to guidance, or they need to go to the nurse and you don't let them go, you're going to have a real problem. So where is the middle ground? Good question. Let's start with the restroom, okay? Like I've mentioned before, I give my students 4 minutes, okay? So that being said, so if they take longer than 4 minutes, if they come back and it's 10 minutes, I'm going to give them a 2-week suspension from getting a restroom pass, period. And I'm going to put their name on a sticky note on my board here, and I'm going to that's it. The date, 2 weeks later, is when they will be suspended until, in terms of getting a restroom pass from me. So otherwise, here's the thing. 4 minutes is a reasonable time in my building. So if they're going to take longer than 4, then there's a problem. Now, if they know before they leave that they're going to need more than 4 minutes, then you just are going to need them to look you in the eye, and you'll be able to tell if they're being sincere or not about their reason to take more than 4 minutes. All right? Now, students are going to tell you that there is a line to use the restroom. I firmly believe that more often than not, this is a lie. So I do some crazy things like make them take a picture of their feet, the feet of the line, people waiting. And you know what? Students do it. Okay, great. All right, I accept that. As long as they know that they can't use it as an excuse to just be out of my classroom. Because if there's legitimately a line, okay, I got to go with that. All right. But the students know that I'm crazy enough to ask for crazy stuff in order to find out the truth. And I'm not going to let them just take the pass and go wander the halls, because there are schools that have problems like that. So my class is not going to have that problem. So I make it clear that if anyone stops them in the hall, that person's going to have to give them a pass in order to get back to class, or make an addition to the pass that I already gave them, because I need to know why they were out for more than the 4 minutes that I give them. All right? So anyway, you have to look at the clock and say, all right, it's 10:03, you have to be back by 10:07. And when they get back, you have to check and make sure that they were back within that time frame. All right? And if they take significantly longer, you have to address that problem at that moment. You cannot wait. That becomes the most urgent issue in the room at that problem. Because if you don't handle it right then and there, it becomes a much bigger issue for all the students. Okay? So the students need to see that you're on top of it and that they're not going to get away with being out of class for longer than 4 minutes or whatever your time frame is. All right? So again, there are situations where students are going to take longer than 4 minutes, and you need to take care of those situations accordingly. So make sure that they are honest with you and sincere, and then let them take the time that they need. So I recommend that when a student says they want to go to the nurse, call the nurse first and make sure that, and then put them on the phone with the nurse. And then if the nurse says, okay, great, write them a pass. When it comes to guidance, I will often write them the pass, let them go to guidance, and then confirm with the guidance counselor that they actually went. And if they didn't, then there's a situation that you have to address, and you will likely have to address that in the classroom so the other students know that they can't get away with that. What about the student who wants to go see their coach? I say, call the coach. All right. Hey, coach, Johnny wants to come down and see you. Is this the best possible time to see you, or are there more appropriate times for them to come see you? Most of the time, the coach is going to say, Johnny can come see me after school. It's not going to be a problem, so you just keep him in class. All right. So the best way to do that is to definitely call the coach, because the kid is looking for a reason to get out of class. We don't need to provide them that reason. And when you call the coach, they know that they're not going to get away with stuff they're trying to get away with. So, honest to goodness, it's important for you to go way above and beyond the call of duty when it comes to letting students out of class. Because if you don't go way overboard, all right, and students are going to say, oh, you do too much. Fine, I do too much, but I don't have issues with students leaving class. So it's something, a risk I'm willing to take is to do too much, So I don't have problems with students being out of class because I do too much. Now, all that being said, there comes a time when a student, and you can see it in their face, is having a real problem that you just don't know what it is, and you really don't want to know. So when that situation comes, and I tell the class this, if you need to not be in class at the moment because you've got something serious going on, I need you to say to me, Mr. Weiss, I need a moment. And I will say, please go, take that moment, all right? Please come back in a reasonable time period, but go ahead. I need you to take a walk, take a minute, and then come back, okay? So those situations happen because there are things going on in kids' lives that we have no idea about. So we need to handle those kids appropriately and with empathy, okay? So those situations will arise, and you need to take care of those kids, because when they come back and they feel safe in your room now, after taking a minute outside of your room, that will be a great move that you've made, okay? So stand your ground, but in situations that warrant it, let them go. All right? So we will see you for part 5. And once again, feel free to click on the link below where you can access my guide called All the Answers, or email me or text me if you need to. Thanks.